Are you ready to go to Japan with me? Well, before we take off, let me introduce myself first. My name is Joke, Joey, or whatever you want to call me. I'm 26 years old and living in Korea. I took a few days off work to go on a trip to Japan with my dear friend Yeji. The story of how we met is pretty interesting. We met at work. And speaking of work, even though I took time off, work didn't take its time off me. There were last-minute urgent things I had to attend to, so unfortunately, this was me till boarding time. But anyways, to some people, making friends at work is second nature. But for most adults in Korea, coworkers are merely coworkers, not the same thing as friends. So I'm surprised at myself for finding someone worth being friends with outside of work to the point where we are traveling together. We checked in separately, so unfortunately we weren't sitting together, but at least we were going to the same destination, eh? The turbulence was pretty bad, but in an hour and a half, we landed in one piece in Fukuoka, Japan. The first thing we did as soon as we landed was take out cash and bought transportation cards. Conveniently, there was a bus that took us straight into the city area. The Airbnb we booked was near Hakata Station, so once we got on the bus, it was exciting to feel one step closer to finally being on vacation mode. Japan is known for being very walkable friendly, right? So walking to our Airbnb with our suitcases dragging us behind was the start of our day one.
나 못 가.
All the way up?
Oh my gosh.
와.
This is kind of expensive.
그니까.
Guys, you don't need a room tour because this is it.
We didn't have time to process how tiny our Airbnb turned out to be because we were late for dinner. We reserved the spot at a restaurant famous for motsinabe. When it comes to food, Koreans take what they eat very seriously. So Yeji was determined to go to the best of the best restaurants during our stay here. Motsinabe is basically Japanese hot pot dish made with beef or pork intestines. Yes, I'm not judging if you like it, but I am not a big fan of intestines, so I didn't have much expectations for this dish. Koreans rank this one of the top food you need to try when visiting Fukuoka, so here we were. For Yeji, who likes intestine dishes, didn't seem to understand the hype behind this motsinabe too, so this dish was pretty expensive as well. But all in all, I still enjoyed our first meal together. We couldn't believe that we made it to Japan. One second we were at work in Korea, and now we were eating motsinabe on a Tuesday night. I don't know why, but the view that I love the most in Japan is the convenience stores and the vending machines. It's just a vibe that looks aesthetic only in Japan, you know? We had to do a convenience store run. As I've been to Japan before, I didn't go full beast mode on grabbing all kinds of snacks I wanted. I was more collected and demure this time by choosing the ones I've been wanting to eat again.
Look at me. This is my table. 아니 우리 화장실도 충격이야. 이게 40만 원 정도 하지 않았어?
와우.
현타 와요. 나 여기서 화장실 어떻겠어? 어떻게 사냐고. 자기야. 지금 이 열악한 환경 속에서 자기야 웃음이 나와? 웃음이 나오냐고.
Oh my gosh.
with the roll.
Let our first full day in Japan begin. Let me start off by saying these shots were taken on my iPhone 8. There's just something about a vintage look like this that takes me back to the good old days, so hope you enjoy the unfiltered looks of Japan. The first thing on our agenda was going to Itoshima City to see the beach. It was about a 2-hour bus ride from Hakata, but we were determined to have a beach day. Our plan was to rent bikes to bike around, maybe play in the water, get some sun and tan, and enjoy a good day out. But let me give you a foreshadow that there's going to be a series of unfortunate events as our trip unfolds. Aside from the sunny beach day plan ruined by the gloomy weather, the next unfortunate thing was we missed the earlier bus due to miscommunication with the staff, which made us miss our timing to get rented bikes. But we didn't let these unexpected obstacles ruin our vacation mood. Soon we were greeted with the view of these beautiful landmarks. This is the famous Torii Gate and Married Rocks at Futamigaura. In Shinto tradition, the two rocks connected by a sacred rope symbolize a married couple and represent harmony, love, and strong relationships. The White Torii Gate marks the entrance to a sacred space, connecting the natural world with the spiritual one. So although the weather was dark and gloomy, seeing these iconic Itoshima landmarks made me excited to be here. We took our sweet time in taking as many photos as we wanted, since there weren't that many tourists to begin with. We then went on a little walk away from the main area, and this was one of the best decisions we made during this trip because we found the most beautiful view. As a girly who loves taking photos, there's nothing more rewarding than finding a photo spot that nobody else seems to have found. We had this whole place to ourselves. Imagine being here on a sunny day though. Not only will the view of the ocean look even more stunning, having a little picnic on the grass with this view, I don't think I would ever want to leave. Despite a little drizzling rain, we were still so stoked and proud that we found this place. For lunch, we went to the only Japanese restaurant available that was nearby. I was surprised that there weren't many restaurants or cafes lined up near the coastline because usually touristy areas try to take this opportunity to sell things, you know? The restaurant here had really good reviews though, and thankfully the waiting wasn't that long too. We were near the ocean, so we had to get some raw fish into our system. The salmon dishes all did not disappoint. After lunch, we walked to a cafe that was nearby and enjoyed the beach view and some coffee. For dinner, we went to a yakiniku restaurant. The names of the beef were all in Japanese, so I didn't know exactly what I was eating, but the meat was all so good. Are we surprised that the whole restaurant was filled with only Koreans? I told you, Koreans are very serious about finding the best of the best. Now that our bellies were full, we walked around the city to see the Yatai food stall street. While street food stalls used to exist throughout Japan, Fukuoka is one of the few cities where this tradition has survived on a large scale, making Yatai one of the city's most famous cultural symbols. Each food stall looks so iconic, especially in the dark like this. I couldn't help but fall in love with the local vibes even more. We picked a place that sold odeng. It was so local to the point the owner just spoke to us in Japanese, even though we looked clueless. I love this type of experience though, where you get to immerse yourself in the local culture, but guys, Hi, editing Joey here. I had to jump in to share with you a very unfortunate event. Locals were ordering food in Japanese, and seeing them eat shrimp tempura, we wanted that too. So we felt brave enough to order it with our body language, but the owner replied in a very long Japanese sentence, but we just nodded our heads, cause like, what bad thing could come out of this? But once he fried the shrimp, he started to fry the meat, cauliflower, codfish, mushroom. It just went on and on. We were hoping that it was for the other people in the stall, but he handed the whole plate to us. While he was in the midst of cutting pumpkin, I had to stop him right there and explain the best that I could with my body language that we did not need anymore. I think when we asked for just shrimp, he thought we were asking for the whole set, so he was trying to explain to us that it's gonna be a lot. So yeah, he did his part, but we don't know Japanese. We were so scared of how much it was gonna cost, because guys, it was a lot of food. Thankfully, it didn't cost like a ridiculous amount, so the lesson that we learned is use the translator no matter how uncool it makes you look. Thought I was done with my unfortunate events? Darling, we were just getting started. After a long day, we couldn't wait to go back to our Airbnb and rest, but guess what was waiting for us there? Not only one, but two cockroaches skedaddling around in our room. Yeah, who here likes cockroaches, huh? I sure don't, so we couldn't believe that this was happening to us during our vacation. Yeji started texting the Airbnb host demanding for a refund because this place was kind of expensive, so we expected at least an hygienic environment, right? Call us entitled, but can you sleep in a room where two cockroaches came out from? Yeah, this means that there's more. Thank goodness the host was awake at midnight because they replied right away and they were kind enough to give us a refund. So we immediately booked a hotel, not an Airbnb, shoved all our belongings into our suitcase and fled the place like we were leaving a crime scene.
너무 기분이 안 좋아. 멘탈이 너무 흔들리고. 나도 진짜 없어. 우리 다